There are moments that define people. Moments where time slows down and what happens in just a few seconds changes everything. For one little girl, that moment came at the end of what should have been a peaceful school day, a day of normalcy, a day of safety. Instead, she stood frozen, staring, watching in horror as her father, the man who tucks her in at night, cheers at her recitals, and holds her when she's scared, was struck in the face, right in front of her. And it wasn't in a dark alley. It wasn't during a late-night argument. It happened in daylight, at school, in front of students, teachers, parents, and her. This is the story of Iman Shumpert, Tayana Taylor, her new partner, and a child who was caught in the crossfire of grown-up egos, unresolved resentment, and a complete breakdown of boundaries. And now, the world is watching. Let's start at the beginning, because it didn't start with fists. It started with tension. It started with history. Iman Shumpert is more than just a former NBA star. He's a father, a very active one. Those close to him describe him as devoted, grounded, and always present for his daughter, even after his split from singer and actress Tayana Taylor. That's what made this incident all the more shocking. That day, like many other school functions, Iman arrived early. Eyewitnesses say he was relaxed. He smiled at teachers. He made small talk with a few parents. He kept his focus on one thing, being there for his daughter, a daughter who clearly adores him. Then came Tayana. Alongside her was her new man, a man who, according to multiple sources, had never fully accepted a man's continued presence in the picture. Co-parenting is never simple, but when new partners are added to the dynamic, emotions can get complicated. The atmosphere shifted. Teachers sensed it, parents noticed it, but no one could have predicted just how far things would go. At dismissal, as children ran into the arms of their parents, Iman asked for a simple moment with his daughter. Just to say goodbye, to hug her, to tell her he loved her, maybe talk about the drawing she made or ask about her day. But before Tayana could answer, her partner stepped in. And with what witnesses describe as a sharp, dismissive tone, he said, "She's with us now. Keep it short." That one sentence turned the air electric. Iman's calm evaporated. His eyes narrowed. "You don't tell me how to talk to my own child," he shot back, voice controlled, but shaking. His daughter stood between them, eyes wide, small body tense. She didn't understand what was happening, but she could feel it. Tayana tried to intervene, whispering urgently, "Not here," not in front of her. But pride is louder than reason. The two men stepped forward, chest to chest, tension rising like a wave just before it crashes, fists clenched, teeth gritted, and then a punch, fast, loud, brutal, right to Iman's face. The playground fell into a deafening silence, only broken by the piercing scream of a little girl yelling, "Daddy, stop!" She ran forward, but teachers pulled her back. She was crying, sobbing, reaching for her father. Iman stumbled, blood on his lip, staggered, but he didn't strike back. He clutched his face, then turned his attention to her, to his daughter, shielding her with his body, whispering that it was okay, even though it clearly wasn't. Parents gasped. One pulled out a phone. Teachers rushed to separate the men. Staff tried to calm the kids. Some parents immediately took their children and left, horrified by what they had just witnessed. And in the middle of it all, a child stood, trembling, watching her world fall apart in real time. Within minutes, police were on the scene. Reports were taken, statements collected, but no arrests were made that day. And even though Iman had blood on his face, he refused medical attention. Why? Because he was focused on one thing, his daughter. "I just want to get her home safe," one officer overheard him say. Tayana, according to witnesses, was in tears. She was trying to calm her daughter while also arguing with her partner, the man who just turned a peaceful school pickup into a violent spectacle. The school, blindsided, began reviewing surveillance footage. Staff released a statement expressing deep concern and promised stricter safety protocols in the future. But for the little girl, the damage had already been done. As the news broke online, the internet exploded. Within hours, hashtags were trending. Hashtag justice for Iman, hashtag protect the kids, hashtag note in front of the child, hashtag Tayan drama. The outrage wasn't just about the punch. It was about where it happened, who witnessed it, and the emotional trauma it caused. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. This wasn't a fight. It was a child's worst memory being created in real time. Videos began circulating. Eyewitness accounts flooded platforms. Fans were shocked, heartbroken, angry. Many called for legal action. Others demanded public apologies, and a growing number began calling out Tayana directly, questioning her judgment, her partner, and her ability to protect her child from volatile situations. The internet, usually divided, seemed to reach rare consensus. The child came first. And in this case, she had been failed by every adult in that moment. Many began asking deeper questions. Was this an isolated incident, or a symptom of something larger? Some believe the punch wasn't about the moment itself, but about months, maybe years of resentment. Iman, though no longer Tayana's husband, is still very much present in their daughter's life. School events, holidays, special occasions, and that consistent involvement, while admirable, can stir insecurity in a new partner trying to assert control. What we witnessed may have been a power struggle, a clash of egos, a moment where masculinity and insecurity collided, with a child caught in the middle. Others defended Tayana, suggesting she did her best but was caught between two powerful forces pulling in opposite directions. Still, the criticism persisted. She should have kept them apart. She should have set boundaries. She should have protected her daughter from being exposed to that level of conflict. Because in the end, no matter the backstory, a child should never be witness to that kind of violence. Not at school, not anywhere. Let's talk about what really matters: the child. The little girl who now has to make sense of something that doesn't make sense at all. She saw her father, her protector, get hit. She saw her mother cry. She saw chaos where there should have been comfort. And that kind of experience doesn't just fade. It lingers. It festers. Experts are already weighing in. This could impact custody. A violent outburst in front of a child, especially one documented by eyewitnesses and potentially on video, is serious. Iman may push for more control, more structure, stricter rules to keep his daughter safe. And truthfully, many think he should. Because if the adults involved can't guarantee peace, then the system may have to step in. This wasn't just a punch. It was a failure. A failure of emotional maturity. A failure of co-parenting. A failure to protect a child from adult wounds, unresolved hurt, and unchecked pride. And while Iman walked away bleeding, it's the little girl who may carry the deepest scar. She didn't ask for this. She didn't deserve this. And she certainly shouldn't have to be the one paying the price for other people's mistakes. So here's what I want to ask you. If you were a man, could you have stayed calm? Do you think Tayana's new partner crossed a line? Or was this something boiling beneath the surface for too long? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you believe kids should never be caught in adult trauma. And subscribe for more real, raw stories that go beyond the headlines and dig into the heart of the issue. Because this wasn't just celebrity gossip. This was a moment of reckoning, and if we don't learn from it, then the cycle repeats, and once again, a child ends up carrying the weight.